To make a move like that, you have to have kahunas and conviction.
Long term, I'm bullish. We could see about a 20% correction next year.
This is Josh Jelinski, the financial quarterback. Don't touch that dial. Struggling to live making $200,000 a year or more, according to San Francisco Reddit. And basically, you see these stories just about every so much. I mean, if you Google making $200K and living paycheck to paycheck, you see numerous articles. MarketWatch, more than 1 in 4 workers making $200,000 a year or more now say they live paycheck to paycheck. So even rich people are struggling to save. There's so many articles like this. March 16th, Time Magazine, people making 6-figure salaries are living paycheck to paycheck. What the heck is wrong with you people? When I was first starting my wealth journey, and I know what it is, I know the problem, but let's talk more about it. Once coveted 6-figure salaries, this is according to Anisha Kohli, once coveted 6-figure salaries are struggling to keep up with today's cost of living, with more than half of people who are making 6 figures still living paycheck to paycheck, according to a new study. As rampant inflation pervades the economy, with it sitting, whatever aspect, 5%, 6%, Smart Asset, the financial advice company, acknowledges that even high earners are struggling to build wealth, especially in pricier cities. In December 22, 51% of people earn $100,000 reported living paycheck to paycheck, which is 7% more than the previous year. According to a survey from Financial Insight Advising Company Payments and Lending Club, a study found that the worst places to live for people who earn $100K a year are, after taxes and adjusted for cost of living, $100,000 equates to $35,000 a year in New York, $36K in Honolulu. But think about this, if you're in Honolulu, what more do you need? You surf. You live on the beach. You know what you do when you're going to Hawaii? When I go to Hawaii, I go to Costco, Target. You don't need to go to the high-end places. 36K in San Fran, that would be tough to live in. 44 in Washington, D.C., 44 in Long Beach, and Los Angeles. I get it. But number one thing I see is people making $100,000 to $200,000 a year they are consumed with conspicuous consumption. They don't shop at IKEA, they shop at Restoration Hardware. They don't shop at Wal-Mart, they shop at, I don't know, what do they shop at? I don't know.
Nordstrom.
West Elm, Nordstrom.
Yeah.
They got to live Restoration Hardware, Pottery Barn. It's still the old keeping up with the Joneses. So my tip is live on frugality. If you make $200,000 a year and you ain't saving $40,000 a year, there is something wrong with you. I get it. Rent is high. Taxes are high. But if you're making $200,000 a year, you should be saving $40K a year. Now, after that, I would get that you would then feel like you're living paycheck to paycheck. But over 10 years, even at 0% interest, you just save $400,000. So the point I'm trying to say is, do you really need the latest computer? Do you really need the latest iPhone? Oh, I need iPhone 15 for work. Oh, I need my iPad and my laptop and my computer for work. No. So just say no to consumption. It's called in economics the propensity to consume. And every so often you see these reports where people are living paycheck to paycheck and just struggling. According to CBSNews.com, 6 in 10 Americans live paycheck to paycheck. I get that stat more. The 200K stat, I don't get. I do get it because here's what happens. I'll tell you my own journey of wealth from negative 60 credit card debt. I first year in the business, I made like nothing. Then I made $35,000. So just enough to kind of make ends meet. When I started making 70 grand a year two, everybody told me, oh, buy the couch, buy the TV, upgrade your neighborhood. But you know what? I'm a contrarian. So I said, no, I'm not going to live like my parents. So you know what I did with that 35 grand? I saved 100% of it. And we lived on about 2 to 3K a month. Then when I made 100K, I saved that. So you can do it. You just choose not to. Do the frugal thing and you will get out of this paycheck to paycheck slog. A study by Lending Club unveils a concerning financial landscape. With over 60% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck, the issue spans across both low and high income brackets, as we saw with the first articles, with inflation and non-essential spending being contributing factors. See that? Inflation and non-essential spending. However, the majority have their income consumed by basic necessities. That's what they say for these surveys. It's never truly the necessities. Leaving little for savings. The typical U.S. worker earning a median pay of $47.66 per month before taxes faces a tight budget after covering essential expenses, reflecting the adverse effects of rising living costs on consumers' ability to save money. Prevalence across income groups. Nearly 8 in 10 individuals, according to CBS News, earning below 50 grand annually struggle to cover future bills before their next paycheck arrives. That makes sense to me. What doesn't make sense is the 200K people. 4 in 10 high-income Americans, those earning above 100K, also live paycheck to paycheck, showcasing the widespread nature of the issue. The percentage of Americans living paycheck to paycheck has seen a 2 percentage point increase from the previous year, indicating a worsening situation. So ingrained in human psyche, I think it stems from courtship, and I also think it stems from media and Hollywood interferences. You're programmed. I remember I was broke when I was 20, when I took my wife out on our first date. But for some reason, I remember we went out to Pad Thai. And I had to spend a lot of money. I don't know how I got the money, but instead of saving the money, I took her out on a nice date. She goes, you don't have to do this. I know you're broke. And that was love at first sight. So we stopped doing it. We then did the frugal thing. We went to Boston Market. We got a rotisserie chicken. We cut it in half. It was the best $5 you ever spent. And that was a nice date. Got some cornbread, some broccoli. It was like a $10 date. And I was hooked after that with my wife. But the idea is we wonder why marriages end in divorce, leading cause of divorce is financial problems. It's because the whole modern courtship ritual of dating is to impress. If you're seeking to, get a spouse someday or a partner, the whole idea is you want to find the cheapest girl you can. And then you will be financially successful. Because if your significant other wants to piss your money away, you will never amount to anything. And I've had women who come to me, come crying. They say, we're making money. And you know what we find? We find, the husband has a gambling addiction. Oh, the husband likes to buy lottery tickets every day. Oh, the husband... oh no, he was buying hookers. That's not a recurring thing that I see a lot, but I have heard of marriages end that way, people that you wouldn't think. And then it all starts with the spouse wondering what's going on with the money. So here's the key to a success. Okay, financial, your life is more than finances, right? It's spiritual, it's holistic, it's your health, it's your business acumen, it's your family relationships, your health, your wealth, all of those things go into play. But if your finances suck, it's tough. So frugality is a lost virtue. And it's a lost virtue among the courtship ritual. So what does this have to do with Americans living paycheck to paycheck? I think it starts when they're dating. And then you're used to something. Oh, I want to go on a trip here. Dude, you're broke. Save your money. And then you go on the trips.